I don't want to go to work. Bye! Ironically enough, this will probably turn out to be a great work day, and I will feel good at the end of it. Or at least mostly better. I don't know how you quantify. Being a parent is hard. And I've liked that the easy side of parenting, because I get to leave every once in a while and just go do like easy stuff for 8 hours. Like, as much as I complain about my job, I don't know that I can stay with kids like 24/7 like my wife does. I don't know if it's just like genetic, like gals are better at it, or she has more practice than I do. Some days I feel like I just want to get away. I just want to be doing my own thing. And not feel guilty because I'm leaving people behind, because that's a whole extra aspect of it too. We're like, okay, she'll say, oh yeah, well, I'll watch the kids, you can go ahead, but then I'm like, well, now you have to watch the kids. And I'm putting extra strain on you, and then that's a whole guilt trip. I just wish my days off had been better, been more restful. Got everything going, and nothing happening. We got pedal to the metal and we're just spinning our wheels. That's what it feels like. It's not a good feeling. I don't even know why I'm doing this. I think it's like to catalog my mental collapse brought on by stress and the coming winter, parenting. I got kind of bummed out today. Something really stupid, like not something that really should have bummed me out, but I was reading Reddit and people on Reddit started hating on a show that I really like, which is Scorpion. And I get why. I know it's not a great show in the sense that, like, Breaking Bad is a great show, or I don't know, Mad Men. I can't really get into Mad Men though, so. But you know, I get why people like those shows and their sort of higher standard of storytelling and attention to realism and all that jazz, but I don't know, there's something easy about disliking stuff. Like, it's too easy just to say, oh, it was garbage, and walk away from it. There's no discussion to be had there. There's no deeper level to take that. All you can say is, if you didn't think it was garbage, you can say, well, no, it wasn't. I like it. And they'll be like, I didn't like it. And then you're done. There's got to be something more in depth to say than just, I didn't like it. And I keep hearing things about Transformers 4, people not liking it, and again, I get why they didn't like it, but the dismissive attitude prevents them, I think, from thinking about it. Like, they just say, oh, well, that was a bad movie. I was gonna say a bad show, but that's, you know, to apply to Scorpion or whatever. And certainly there are things to dismiss about Transformers 4. It was not a great film. But if you stop there, there's stuff that you can still think about with Transformers 4. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just can't let go of it and the fact that I enjoyed it and I have to justify it. But I was thinking about the other day, I was thinking there's this whole theme there that nobody talks about. Or nobody that I've heard of anyway, really discussing in depth. And that there's a through line, a common thread throughout the film of the fallibility of authority. You know, you constantly see, and it's not just the bad guy, like, well, the obvious one is the government, right? The government has set up these assassins, you know, they're hiring people to go after the Autobots because they feel like they can't be trusted, and of course they're the obvious evil bureaucrats or whatever. But then you also have Mark Wahlberg's character, who has his overprotective father thing going on, clearly way overprotective for, you know, what he ought to be. He's saying his daughter can't date anyone or ever meet a guy or whatever, and then on top of that you have Optimus Prime, who at this point in the movie has basically gone, you know, in the series of movies, like he's fed up, which I kind of liked in this. I really liked in this movie was that Optimus's Prime character was just being like, "I'm done with you humans. You make me sick. We've saved the world like 3 times now, and you keep screwing us over and not trusting us, and now trying to shoot us in the back. I'm over. It's done." You know, but he's wrong, and you know, Mark Wahlberg sits him down and says, "Hey, by the way, we're all fallible." And then even, you know, if you know how the movie ends, they basically have their deities that they're gonna go up against and be like, these people that created us did the wrong thing, not by creating them, but, you know, through whatever other weird plot device they had. And you just don't get to have that discussion if you just say that movie was awful and move on. I guess that's why I mean, I talk about films a lot on our podcast, and I don't ever like to just say that was a good or a bad movie. I'll say if I liked it or not, but I try to dig a little deeper and find stuff to say that isn't just, I don't know, just fluff. I don't think I succeed all the time, but I like to think that if you're gonna talk about fiction and just stuff in general, like, you can't just be dismissive of it. I mean, you can do whatever you want to, but there's a deeper thread to be found. I mean, these are stories that other people, other human beings took the time to create for whatever reason, whether it's money or, you know, passion, or some weird combination of the two. Somebody put some kind of thought into this. I mean, even something, you know, admittedly bad. You know, obviously I like all these sci-fi original movies, like you may have heard of, you know, Mega Shark versus Mecha Shark and Sharknado, and, you know, I don't necessarily love all of them, but I enjoy watching them because you can still pick them apart. You can still say, okay, this piece works for me at least. This piece does not work as well. These things are, you know, look for the pieces. Look through all the different little moving parts and the gears and the plot lines and how everything fits together, because that's where it really gets interesting. That's where you can have a conversation. Maybe people don't want to have a conversation. Maybe they just want to, you know, have their bastion of liked it and didn't like it and whatever that is. But I think it's worth digging further. I'm kind of weird. What can I say? I'm almost home now. I talked the whole time, all the way home. Tomorrow's another day. So, yeah. Think about stuff, people. Think about stuff.